Dear Thai, dear Sangha, dear brothers and sisters, my question is regarding the difference between joy in the present moment and losing ourselves in sense pleasures or forgetfulness. If we imagine a spectrum, and on one end is the wholesome joy from touching the present moment, and on the other end is this kind of forgetfulness, entertainment and excitement. And I wonder what the continuum is, where the joy changes into this other thing. And also regarding that, how much of each we seem to cultivate in Plum Village. For me, the question stems because in times that I feel like it's just kind of excitement and kind of this sense pleasures, I suffer a lot. I have a conflict in me. I don't understand why it's happening. So perhaps you can shed some light, some insight on where the joy is and when that becomes excitement and how we practice that in Plum Village.
Okay, I will try. Yeah? Yeah, just now you have shared that there's two kinds of joy. A joy is come from inner, a joy is come from the outside. Yeah, there are two kinds. So usually the joy come from outside. It just can maintain for a while. And also sometimes it can bring some agitation. Yeah, but the joy comes from inside. It brings peace and calm. That one you can maintain it quite for a long time. So usually they have two kinds of joy. Yeah, but the joy I very enjoy is the joy inside of me. Yeah, the joy that brings calm and peace. Yeah. So for the practice here, we sometimes we can use both. Yeah. Maybe sometimes we cannot find joy in inner of you, so you can find joy from the outside to nurture a bit. Yeah, but not too much. If you're too much, then you overflow. Then you forget. Yeah. So you can use the outside joy. It's a little bit. It's okay. But for the practice here, I think it's more important is come from the inner joy. So example, when you're really aware, you really practice mindfulness, come back inside of you, aware your body, aware your mind. Then slowly you can see your mind is coming down and the joy arises from there. That is what we call the inner joy. This joy always brings you peace and calm. This is more valuable. Sorry. Yeah. But for me, I like to practice that. Yeah. But sometimes I can out of the joy, and sometimes I can use through the nature. Maybe yesterday we listened to the music. It's very joyful. In the dining hall, I heard Brother Paplin and some of the musicians, they're playing music. So at that time there is some joy there. Yeah? We cannot deny there's a joy. Yeah. But if you see more deeply, sometimes you find there's some agitation there. Sorry, I didn't criticize you. Yeah, it just comes from my own point. Yeah. But sometimes it's also nice. You can nurture a little bit. Yeah, you can use that. So I think for stay here for 5 years continuously, not the whole 5 years here, But I found that when I really come back to myself in the present moment, then I found that joy. So usually you can see me smiling. I am not pretending, but it's a true joy. You feel there is a joy in it. You feel there is a, you call rupture. It's rupture. The whole body. You feel that joy. And I think this is the practice here. Yeah, yeah. We have a good environment. It can bring peace and calm. Yeah. So try to find that joy in of you. And yeah, it can maintain quite a long time. And also another joy is I see everyone coming here. I think it's only one purpose, is to practice. This is also a joy for me. Because I see everyone is trying. Some they try so hard, then they bang their head. Oh, why I can't? And I just smile. Oh yeah, you have to overcome that. That is some sort of joy. Yeah. But sorry, it's not like I see I was there. No. Yeah. But even gone through that, yeah, slowly you're practicing. You try to find. You bow your head. You bang your head a little bit. It's okay. So you learn from that. Oh, this is not the way. So I try another way. Then slow. I was observing everyone. Some they are practicing very joyful. Some very miserable. Not all, but some. But slowly you can see the transformation. Slowly you can see the transformation. Yeah, when you see the transformation, there is a lot of joy. Yeah, so each time when I lead a family, I see the transformation. This is also a joy that arises in me. So I see everyone, there is a hope in everyone. Yeah, everyone have this potential, everyone have this capacity to live joy inside of us, not from outside, but inside of us. Yeah, so this is also a joy. When I see everyone around, I was very joyful, and I feel so happy because everyone is trying effort. Yeah, sometimes you are not succeed, not so well, but slowly you will become better and better. Yeah, yeah, but don't expect anything. Just try it out. Just try it out, and slowly it will come. Yeah. So, yeah. So this is two kind of joy I like to share with you.